Welcome back. My name is Huei-Yuan Pan. In this lesson, we're talking about the first exercise that many of us learn when we play percussion. This exercise is called 8 on a hand. So in the previous lesson, we talked about how we set our hands up. Thumbs are on the side of the stick, pointing fingers across from the thumb, back 3 fingers wrapped around the stick. Our windows are closed here. Beads are in the center of the pad. And what we want to make sure that we do is just make sure that we let the stick rebound as we throw it into the pad. Okay, so just try this. You know, you can do this with me as you're watching, right? But notice a couple things as we're playing here. First off, the stick, when I start up here, when I throw the stick down, I'm not stopping the stick. And the analogy that we use a lot of the times with this is it's like bouncing a basketball, right? If you throw a basketball down, it's not going to stay down and then you lift it up. If you bounce the basketball, it's going to bounce back up. The other thing you might want to try before we start is just hold your hand out like this so that your palms are facing down to the ground, and then close your hand as if you're holding the stick, and then just do this motion. It's a knocking motion, like you're knocking on the door. Your hand's not going to go past flat, right? It'll stay flat like this. It'll go up, and notice that here our wrist is bending, and we might use a little bit of arm to help us motivate the stick as we're doing this, but it's a very relaxed motion, and what you should notice is your hand and your stick are moving in a very smooth and relaxed motion. So just try this in your right hand a few times with me, right? Stick goes down. This part of your hand should be bending. So right now as you're watching this video at home, you should look at my wrist here and my arm, and then look at your wrist and your arm and compare the two and see what looks the same and what looks different. And I'm doing my very best to stay relaxed and move the stick in a smooth motion as we're doing this. Okay, once that feels comfortable, switch over to your left hand. All right, let's do a few of these. You can go a little slower if you need to. It's going to feel a little strange at first. The more you do it, the more comfortable this will get. Notice now also that as my left hand is playing, what is my right hand doing? My right hand is down in what we would call the set position, right? And the beat is floating right above the drum. It's not resting on the drum. It's floating right above the drum. And the left hand is in smooth, relaxed motion. Make sure your wrist is moving, bending from the wrist here. Switch back over to the right hand. Smooth motion. Switch back over to the left, switch here. So again, the stick is moving in a relaxed motion, you're bending your wrist, so take the stick out of your hand, do this a few times like you're knocking on the door, and then look at your hand and make sure it looks the same as you're playing with the stick. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to point out for this section is that you should practice this in front of a mirror for a couple of reasons, but one is to make sure that your sticks are going the same height, straight up and down, as you're doing this. They're coming up, so typically one of our hands is going to be stronger than the other. If you're right-handed, your right hand might be a little stronger, so it might look like this, and then when you get to your left hand, it's a little lower. So you want to look in the mirror and also listen to yourself as you're playing to make sure you're getting the same sound. The next thing is, if the camera in this instance was the mirror, so this might be one way to practice, but the other way to practice is to turn your body so that your stick is pointed into the mirror. And what you want to look for is to make sure that your stick is going straight up and down. So if your stick is going like this is what we call slicing out. If your stick is going like this, we call this slicing in. But what we're trying to do is to get the stick to go straight up and down. And you might have to experiment, but getting in front of a mirror is a really important way to check that and make sure that you're not slicing. Eventually, as you go faster, that absence of a slice, making sure your stick is going straight up and down. When your stick goes straight up and down, you're going to be more efficient in your motion. You're going to be able to play faster. If you're slicing, it's going to come up with more problems as you play faster and you start moving around the instrument. Okay? For the exercise portion, very simple. Set your beads up like this, and then we're going to play 8 notes on each hand. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then at that point, you're going to switch to your left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the whole thing together looks like this, and we're going to add one more note at the end in the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And we can take the same exercise and also play an exercise that we call 16 on a hand, and you could count it like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Notice the hand that's not playing is down while the other hand is playing. Looking for a smooth motion in the stick, going straight up and down, and then one note at the end. So that's 16 on a hand. So try 8 on a hand, try 16 on a hand, play in front of a mirror, make sure the motion is smooth, make sure you're bending your wrist as you're doing it, and then also check to make sure that your thumbs and your pinkies and your pointer fingers don't start moving in different ways as you start to play. Sometimes our technique, especially when we first start playing, starts to slip a little bit, okay? So check out your thumbs, check out your pointer fingers, check out your pinkies, make a video of yourself playing this exercise, and then watch the video back and see if it looks like the lesson video as you're playing. Okay? If you guys have questions about this exercise, leave me some comments below and I'll be happy to write you guys back. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. My name is Huei, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you again so much for watching these videos. If this was helpful to you, please like the video and leave me a comment. I read every single comment and I do my very best to respond to all of them as well. If you think this will be helpful to some of your other percussion friends, do me a favor and share this out. And I'd love for you guys to follow me on your favorite social media platform. You can find me at Huei-Yuan Pan. Send me a message, let me know what you think about these videos. You can send me a specific question if there's something I can do to help you out. Just let me know and I'll write you back. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.